Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So in today's video, we'll be talking about a pattern change that could be occurring across especially the northwestern United States, could be also affecting the north central United States, and eventually moving down into portions of really more of the eastern United States. I wouldn't say eastern, but more east into the plains and whatnot. So definitely an interesting pattern. As you can tell by the thumbnail, there is a threat for some decent snowfall, especially across the higher elevations. Some models are showing rather insane amounts. You know, it's not rare to see snow out in the west at this time of the year, especially in the elevations, higher elevations. But at the amount that some of the models are showing it, uh, it's definitely a lot. And I do want to say that some models also do bring the snow into the parts of the Dakotas, maybe even portions of the lower elevations like Denver, cities like Denver. Some models show a massive system across much of Idaho and Montana seeing snowfall. So it's really interesting, and also southwestern Canada looking to get hammered with rain or snow either way. So before we get into this, if you guys are new to this channel, it's your first video, or you just haven't yet subscribed, consider checking out the channel. Obviously, if you do enjoy it, consider subscribing, consider liking the video. And I'm just obviously don't do that just because I told you so. Do it if you actually enjoy the channel. Now, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Okay, I do want to say sorry that I didn't make a video about this really, or any video yesterday, and today maybe a bit weaker with my talking, and that's because I am a bit tired. I was preparing for an exam that is tomorrow. So that's why today I'm also kind of rushing. I've been really just studying most of this week. It's been a brutal week, the midterms. All right, but let's get on with this. So first off, let's take a look at what's going on right now. According to the GFS model, again, this pattern change, so it's very far out, and I do want to say that it's not, it's not really for sure at this point, but it's definitely something that's been showing up in the models for quite a few days. And let's see. So right now, if you're really anywhere except maybe the northeast where it's a bit cooler, it is warm, and it's warm, very very warm across much of the United States, the plains. But look, we do have a rain system, and if you recall, I did make several videos on that, and it's still gonna happen. I just decided to kind of change topics on today's video, kind of keep it a bit spiced up. Notice that it does bring rain into New Mexico, especially Arizona, eastern Arizona, southern Colorado, and look, Oklahoma, Texas, all the way to the north. And this system, meaning all the way into Canada, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, and this system does finally move out of the southwest, kind of central southern United States by this weekend, and then it moves into the Midwest, the Great Lakes areas that need that rain. They do get that rain, and you can see it's pretty good amounts of it. It does move into the northeast, and with that, it does bring that rain. Also tries to drag up some sort of a tropical system, maybe tropical moisture energy, so that could definitely be impacting the southeast with sorry about that, enhanced rainfall amounts. And so as we push this forward, you can see that this system doesn't really want to move out. It continues to regurgitate rain, if you will. That's the best way to put it, across Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, into the northeast. And this is where things start getting interesting. Look at the northwest. So all around this pattern, if it's not warm for you yet, it will be. You can see the northeast gets in on that heat. And I say the northeast because right now they are dealing with a bit of that cooler temperatures, and you can see it's actually modestly cool there. But look, everywhere else, it's rather warm. There is a bit of cool air across the southwest because of that cloud cover, but notice that, especially during the night, it is warm, which kind of makes it a bit more uncomfortable. And as we push this forward, you can see that cool air kind of disintegrates, both in the northeast and the southwestern United States, and we do see that heat take over. Now, this is not for long. We do, however, again, before it moves out, it does put on, if you will, a final show, and that is basically by putting out ridiculous anomalies across southern Canada, even the north central United States, the south, the east. You can see the northeast, Wyoming, Montana. But look what's brewing across the northwest and California kind of area. Look at that, those cooler temperatures. There are some indications that there could even be some decent to possibly significant snowfall across the Sierra Nevada, the first one of the season. And I'm not talking like 2 to 3 inches. Some models are showing feet, so definitely interesting. Notice that by Saturday, October 9th, we are viewing a air mass kind of battle, if you will. We have one that's very warm, one that's relatively chilly, and both are really stubborn. You can see the cool one does start to outweigh the warm one, especially across the west. The warm one keeps its grip across the really much of the eastern United States, and in that zone right there, it's a baroclinic zone. It's where the two air masses kind of meet, and often along those lines we do have storm systems riding up, and in this case that is actually very, very, very true. And look at that. This is what the GFS showed with its 12Z model run. Look at that. That's quite a bit of snow occurring across South Dakota, North Dakota, and as I push this forward, you could see that, obviously doesn't bring a lot of snow into southern Canada because that's where it's extremely warm, even more warm above average in compared to areas here. But look, much of Wyoming gets in on that. That would be a very, very beneficial system right there for those folks. And yes, we do have some sort of precip across the northeast occurring at that time. I'm going to go back to the temperature anomalies and show you that after that system passes, you can see right there, there's kind of its cold front, if you will, but doesn't really have much of a cold front attached to it. But that cool air, definitely impressive. As impressive, I would say, as that warm air. It does start losing some of its grip, but it's definitely hanging around there. And during that little attack right there, there could be quite a bit of snow that falls. So let me show you. First off, let's take a look at those precip amounts from that system this weekend into this weekend across the south. Decent rains. Notice there's a few more systems, obviously. This isn't just all in the next few days. Also, this rain right there across the kind of New England area, that is also not just in the next coming days. That is from several systems, which is again just one model run, so we'll have to see. But yes, definitely a more wet pattern than what we've been seeing. And look, decent rains right across these locations, and that is good. They need that precipitation, but look, a lot of it could be actually falling as snow at times. Look at that. Some of these amounts, again, feet of snow potentially for Yellowstone maybe. This GFS model model run doesn't show a lot of snow for the Sierra. It does show quite a darn bit across the if you will, the British Columbia, kind of the Cascades, a continuation of them. I don't know what the exact name is. I know it's the Rockies overall, but you can see quite a bit of snow just north of Vancouver and just really just west of Calgary. And as we put this into our newer model run, so this is the more updated one, this goes out to 384 hours as well. Notice some changes. Yep, so it does bring more snow out into potentially Montana, North Dakota than the previous model run. You could see this one. But it doesn't show as much here across Washington, Idaho, Montana, but it shows much more for the Sierra Nevada. Again, that little green spot indicating up to 2 feet of snow. So these differences will continue to be showing, and they will definitely be that definitely will be a concern, if you will, because we don't really know exactly what will happen. But you could see that this is the GFS model, the newer one, and you can see there's our weekend system again, Monday, Tuesday of next week. This is October 6th, 7th. Look, it's still hanging around, still producing that rain up along the northeast, the Midwest. But look what's happening across the west. We see those bouts of precipitation, good amounts of rain, even if it doesn't fall as snow. But that system kind of unleashes the potential cool air to come in, and it definitely does. You can see it produces some snow across Montana, northeastern Wyoming, South Dakota, brings another little rain system into the Midwest. Not as much cool air with this model run across the northwest. There is definitely some indications of it, and if we were to go back, you could see that right there. We do see a bit of that cooler, especially where that cloud cover is across California and more of the southwest. So you can see there's quite a bit model to model variability. But if you were to look at all the models, or sorry, the models from like the past few days, and let's take a glance at this total snowfall. Look at this one showed today in the morning. A system across Dakotas, South Dakota, North Dakota, and into portions of Wyoming. Quite a bit of heavy snow. And again, regardless of which model you look at, it looks as if southwestern Canada will be rather snowy. Obviously in a higher elevations. 384 hours out at midnight yesterday. It was, it was much, much less snowier for the GFS. Now, this is the one yesterday in the evening, and you could see it showed a large system, again, across Montana. So you can see it kind of goes back and forth between a less snowy scenario, a more snowy scenario. And then Tuesday, this is the one yesterday at noon. It was also less snowy. The one at 6 o'clock in the morning was a bit more snowy, but still not as impressive as really some of the recent ones today. They've really gone gangbusters, and even the less snowy ones, if you will, are still relatively snowy. I can't really show you the European or Canadian. They don't go out that far, but if I were to show you as far out as they do go, it does favor quite a bit of snow across southwestern Canada. And if there is going to be cool air, they do show it, including the European across the west and the northwest. European ECMWF, you can see that it's more of a warm favoring scenario, but that cold air, you can see it's definitely there. And all it takes is one large system kind of to bring it on shore, and I could definitely prevail with quite a bit of snow or whatnot. Here's what I think is very interesting. So I want to show you EPS members. This is what makes up the ensemble, kind of the European, and it's 51 models, and this is the 15-day snowfall outlook. So let me show you this. Look at this. This is what one model shows. Let me just run through this and show you the different variations. Notice there are some less snowier ones, more snowy, but again, southwestern Canada seems snowy regardless. Very heavy snow amounts. And look, not much across southern central Canada, the plains, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Ontario. That's because, well, it's going to be too warm, and we did see that extreme anomaly of warm air. But look, there's one model that brings it out into the plains. There's one that really doesn't bring any much of it into the northwest. Look at that one. That one just shows a lot of snow. This one a bit less. This one a ton. This one shows quite a bit as well. Again, you can see across southern Colorado, the Sierra. Just take a look at these model runs. Look at how much they're showing across British Columbia. Again, 50, 60, even 70 inches of snow. And look at that. Wyoming, again, this system has southern Montana and northern Wyoming seeing over a foot and a half of snow. Again, quite a bit are less snowier. There are some that are less snowy, if you will, across Wyoming, but more again across the plains. Here's one favored more inland, kind of inland western United States. Again, there is once in a while one that shows it more further out, potentially that system, the extension of it, if you will. But yeah, I mean, most models at this point are showing quite a bit of snow across the west, northwest, and all of them show snow across southwestern Canada. Look at this one, definitely going, showing a lot of snow from that. Look at that one, this one. Let me just show you. You can see it. It's not just like one model that's showing this. It's quite a bit. Look at this one. Again, showing potentially up to 2 feet of snow across the Sierra Nevada. There's another one showing decent amounts. Here's one that takes it way further out into Minnesota. And right there, another snow system. And you can see that it's definitely getting there. And it's beginning to look a lot like winter more and more in these weather models. And yes, this is a rather remarkable change. You could see this was from a day ago. If I were to run through all 51 models, you would see that not many showed what they're showing right now, and it's going to be a bit too long to load. So I'll just show you now the GFS members. GFS, so this is 31 models, but from the GFS family, and I want to show you what snowfall they think will be occurring. So let's take a look at this. No, this is not what I wanted, because that is, there we go, the 31 members. Let's go to the northwest, since that is where we wanted to be focusing on. Again, it doesn't show the southwest or the midwest. I can't really focus it on the whole United States, unfortunately. Only certain regions. This is what's the downfall of the GFS ensembles. But look, up until, again, the 100, 200 hour mark, not much. It's going to be warm. But after that, models show, some kind of almost an explosion of snowfall. Some, obviously, a lot more than others. You can see right there, there's quite a bit more across Idaho into Montana. Some are really completely snow-free. And, yeah, you can see that there definitely are some decent snowfall amounts here. Again, I wouldn't say as much as what the European members show, which usually is, the Europeans are the ones that are more conservative, if you will. But look at this one. This is the GFS model run from noon today. And look, there were some models that, look at that, showed a chunk of snow across the northwest. And definitely really has kept up with this trend into the newer model run. Let's take a look at the Midwest, since that's kind of the other area that could be impacted by this, the Dakotas, eastern, the extreme western Midwest. And let me put this out to 384 hours. You can see it definitely does show some of that snow, and again, some of that makes it well into the plains. So we'll have to wait and see on how all of this unfolds. I want to quickly show you the southwestern United States with these snowfall totals, meaning the southwest, right? And you can see that it's not as many models showing it over here, but definitely some bringing it in to the kind of the vicinity of, obviously, the Sierra Nevada, maybe southern Utah, Nevada. We'll again have to see, but definitely not a unimpressive forecast here. Let's take a look at the newer model run, if there's any increases, a bit more increases, I would say, for the Sierra Nevada seeing snow. there. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, but definitely a pattern, guys. And I want to show you this GEFS ensemble. So this is many models combined on top of each other, and I want to show you that there has been a trend across all these models to point towards this cooler air. You could see at the beginning of the forecast it's really warm, and again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but really 200 300 hours out it starts cooling off quite a bit. So regardless, even if a snowstorm that's big or isn't big, doesn't occur, it looks as if this heat will be getting progressively potentially weaker and also less expansive, especially across the northern and central northern, I should say, central, and especially northwestern and southwestern Canada areas. But the east, the south, will be really feeling like summer or early fall rather than mid fall at this point in time. The EPS, they only go out to 240 hours, and really you can see that they also do show that cooler starting to make its way in there. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. I think it's looking pretty exciting. If you did see that the GFS did show a snowstorm for several model runs already, and I was thinking about making a video about that. You could see right there, but it just wasn't consistent enough. Look at this one again. This one went crazy today at noon, and it didn't really show much of a system. But look at this one. In the morning it showed. Yesterday midnight, not much. Yesterday in the afternoon, quite a bit. So again, we'll have to wait and see. But that's basically it for today's videos. That's basically it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, it's not my best video because of how hungry and tired I am right now, but I enjoy making these videos, so it's a bit unfortunate when I can't. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all on the next episode. See ya.